welcome back to the Ice Cloud 2275 stream, episode 38, A Rock in a Hard Place. So yeah, I'm gonna keep with this for now. My AI didn't work. Gemini let me down, but so did ChatGPT. So we're just gonna keep with this for the fight, and then figure out our system afterwards.
My everything. I've missed you so much. Coca! I swear to you, my love, we will never be parted again.
What's wrong with him?
You got away from her! Benedicta! I'll kill you, Roswell!
What? Oh shit, he's priming. No, not now. Come on. Find him. You've done this before. You can do it again. Let the flames burn within you. No. Let them burn without.
Come to me, Ifrit!
Is a little big. really big.
Nice trick. But if you can do it, then so could I!
I've learned Brimstone. Brimstone. Klein has learned the ability Brimstone from Titan. Hold and release L1 and square to emit a violent explosion. Hold longer to increase the explosion size and strength. X at any point to crits or without triggering the explosion. Brimstone 2. Ifrit is vulnerable to damage while charging Brimstone. Suffering attack, however, will automatically trigger the explosion.
Let's give this a try. Not bad.
I'm coming, Kuka! Heads up, Hugo! Your time is past! And this game is over!
300 XP for that, come on! Earth and Fury. Semi-priming requires the channeling of the corporeal manifestation of ether contained within the dominant's body. In Hugo Kupta's case, this produced a crystalline formation that acts as reservoirs to be drawn upon, providing the energy needed to maintain the priming, as well as cast magics and effectively wield ionic powers. However, such appendages may be forcibly separated from an injured semi-prime dominant, preventing the reabsorption of the ether contained within.
Is that you, Ultima? What do you want?
Your soul is tainted with worthless human will, yet your thirst for power remains undiminished. With every sip you take, you grow in strength, and soon you shall achieve perfection.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You will accept us, Mythos. It is inevitable. You were created for this purpose, and you shall serve it.
Never!
Fight it, Clive! Don't let him in!
Consciousness. We see now. Human will is so insubstantial it cannot exist in isolation. You mitigate its weakness by interweaving it with your consciousness. We believed we had merely to purge you of your will to claim our vessel. It appears we first have to sever every thread of the consciousness that supports it. No matter. The time to build a new world is not yet upon us. We will contemplate.
Thank you, Joshua.
One can no more command the power of ether by drowning in its flood than one can constrain the tides by standing in the sea. I had thought Hugo wiser than this, but it seems his head was full of rocks after all.
Titan was strong.
Your Majesty.
That mythos is stronger. For 5 years, that man lived only for revenge. Clinging fast to a fiction, even as it swept him into the abyss. One cannot change one's nature through force of will alone. Only the Almighty can do that.
Hugo Kupka, the man who gave his life for a woman's head. A fool like all the rest.
That the death of a mother crystal should be so beautiful.
Some medicine, my lord? I have salves, potions, anything you need.
Stop bothering me, urchin, or you'll feel the back of my hand.
You must consider your health, my prince. If a show of force is needed to keep the Dalmex at bay, you may trust in your dragoons. I beg you to call on Bahamut only as a last resort. His strength comes at too great a cost.
The Empire agreed to an armistice with the Republic, and yet the Emperor still plots its ruin. For now, the Dalmex suspect nothing, and as long as I can hold their gaze, war need not be inevitable. But more than that, Bahamut is the champion of the Empire. When our people look to the heavens, the sight of him gives them hope. Forgive me, Terence. Would that you were my master. But alas.
I will always be your loyal servant.
Should the Council's brazen maneuvering prompt the Republic to tear up their own treaty and launch a new assault, our soldiers would advance to meet them, cutting across the Central Isles, but not in time to prevent their forces from breaching the southern defenses and storming Twinside. And so the capital would become a battlefield. Thousands of innocents would die. I cannot allow that to happen.
There is one small mercy, at least. You will not be forced to do battle with Titan.
Would that I could avoid doing battle at all.
1,000 pardons, Your Highness.
What is it?
Olivier has been made Emperor. What is the meaning of this? My father's orders. What were they? Quickly!
Yes, Your Highness. His Radiance requests that Your Highness maintain position here and...
Ah! Terence.
Yes, my prince.
I must go to the palace.
I'll ready your steed.
What is it now?
Forgive the intrusion, Your Highness.
I know you.
At ease.
We stand in the presence of the Phoenix. You wouldn't want to get your fingers burned.
I hope I'm not interrupting.
Not at all. Though I admit, I did not expect such a distinguished guest.
How many years has it been since the Remembrance ceremony? 20?
I thought you long dead. Do I address a ghost?
Many have told me that I look like one. But no. I'm alive. Just. Prince Dion of the House Lesage, I have a tale to tell you.
Time to head home, Clive. Back to the hideaway. I was wrong about Torgal, and that makes me happy. I'm glad Torgal's still alive. Out of the shadow.
I'd better give Otto the good news.
Clive returns to the hideaway and sets about spreading the glad tidings that Hugo Kupta, the man who crushed their former home, and so many of their friends slaughtered, is no more. Those who lost their lives at that fateful night are avenged, and those lucky enough to survive can now live without fear that he may one day return.
Walkways need
Welcome home,
patching up.
Sid.
Give me 50 good boards, 8 span each.
What became of Kupka? Why haven't we heard anything?
Try to stay calm. I'm sure we'll hear something soon.
The sun hath taught the mountain, the dawn hath kissed the sky. Bid welcome to the morning, and fears of night goodbye.
Ivan's newest dish, is he?
Never drinking again.
How good it is to see you, Clive. I have compiled some new entries, if you would like to see them. If you have a question for me, I should be happy to answer it.
Drake's fan, after the fall of after Mother's fall, the Mother Crystal located in the heart that came out Republic, while it's been widely reported to be destroyed by Sid the Outlaw. Rumors abound of orcs, subjects of the Kingdom of Waylaid, have been sighted and at there near the time. Regardless of the cause, the loss of the Mother Crystal and the dominant upon who they so heavily relied on brought the Dominicans to a negotiating table in a desperate bid to cessation with the hostilities with the Empire. Okay. Hidden Truths. The Warden of the Earth, who takes on the aspect of the fearsome stone giant, he is known to awaken among the descendants of the Mots of Earth, a tribe who once dwelled in the deserts of what is now the Republic. By far the largest and most physically imposing of all Echions, Titan's strength was the bedrock upon which the Republic was built. Alright, subspecies of beastmen. Native to Ash, orcs historically lacked the means to which to cross the Strait of Arthur and made ingresses into Storm. However, rumours of their having been sighted at Drake's Fang have begun to spread of late, along with the speculation that they might even have joined forces with their longtime enemy, the Kingdom of Waylaid. Alright. Old Harbour of the Kingdom of Waylaid is known as the Constant Knight by reason of his unchanging icy demeanour and his unwavering loyalty to his liege. Indeed, he appears to command Barnabas' complete trust, having been gifted full command of the Royal Order of Knights, despite his apparent youth, the capacity in which he evacuated Hugo from Roslev Castle. However, it remains a mystery. At Drake's Fang, sole surviving nation in Ash, the capital in the Mother Crystal Drake's Spine. It's ruled by Barnabas Tharum, dominant of Odin and Warden of Darkness, who has somehow managed to bring the hordes of marauding beastmen that once plagued his lands to heel, and persuaded them to direct their aggression at his enemies instead. These bloodthirsty forces have been deployed far as far as afield as Drake's Fan in the Republic. After losing his hands at Clive's blades at the Crypt of Roslev, he was spirited back to the Republic in his enigmatic Walaydian ally, Lord Halberd. Clive followed after storming Kupta's stronghold in the heart of Drake's Fang to push him once and for all. He sued first with Titan, then something even more terrible led not only to Kupta's long-awaited demise, but that of his nation's Mother Crystal. You have another person of interest somewhere. Sir Terrence, second in command of the Dragoons and foremost fighting the Holy Empire Sembreck. His sword remains ever as ready as anyone should be foolish enough to make an attempt on the life of his liege. Prince Dion, born in a family of minor nobles, Terrence entered the prince's service as a squire before climbing the Dragoons' ranks. He and Dion are lovers. Lay of the land. Holy Knight Dragoons, elite troopers of the Holy Empire of Sembreck, led by Prince Dion the Sage, drawn largely from the mobility of the realm. Their status as knights of Sacred Dragon affords them still higher standing in the eyes of the people, and in the Battle of the Borderlands, in so many conflicts down the years, they proudly held the charge for the Emperor into the fray. Accession of Emperor Olivier. Holy Emperor Sylvester handed power to Olivier, his second-born son, and only child by the Empress Annabelle. In turn, in the events that shocked the nation, no one was more shocked, however, than his firstborn son, Dion, who was presiding over troop movements in the area surrounding the Crystalline Dominion when news first reached him. We just saw it. General destabilization. A nation formed from the federation of 5 smaller states. It's located in the southern half of the continent Storm. As a capital, having lost Drake's Fang and the mighty Titan, the political situation has deteriorated drastically. The government scrambled to withdraw their troops from the ill-starred siege of Crystalline Dominion. Then they might be redeployed to quell the unfurling chaos at home. was destroyed by Sid, the outlaw, and his associates. The dominant Titan also disappeared in the attack and was presumed dead. The loss of their Archeon led to the Americans hastening their withdrawal from the conflict with the Empire that was ongoing for a long time. The highest council of the government in the Republic. 7 ministers are responsible for the ruling of the nation after the death of Hugo Copter and the destruction of Drixvan. The Republic descended into chaos, and it fell to the ministers to pick up the pieces of their crumbling country. The Jaw, a wild mountainous region of the southernmost Dominica from which Drixvan can be seen, looming in the distance. The Isles of Ark, clustered of tiny islands on which the crystalline dominion stands. They are largely man-made, having been built on top of existing ruins, and they are arranged with an administrative hub at the center, surrounded by the citizens' dwellings, and beyond those, the slums which various refugees make their homes. The glistening spire at the island's center is home to the Dominion's mother crystal.
Did you learn everything you needed?
You look like you could do with a drink. Oh, keep your mug handy. Welcome back, Sid.
Buy a round for the hole.
Honestly, Sid, you're too nice for your own good. Do you hear that, ladies and gents? The next round's courtesy of the realm's most benevolent outlaw. Oh, you're not leaving already, are you?
Welcome home, Clive. I was hoping you'd be back soon.
Is it business or pleasure? Go on, then. I'll be thankful you got that much. Come again. Or don't. I'm not much bothered about it.
What coffers is anything to go by? I'd say we found ourselves a wealthy patron or two.
I wonder who it could be. Gav told me the gentleman who visited earlier, the one with the loud voice, was your uncle. I did think there was a resemblance. Something in the eyes.
And how may I assist you today?
What is it that you wish to learn?
Of course.
What does he want with me? Vengeance is mine. She needs to rest. You saved me. Good luck in Canver. I have a tale to tell you. Beware, brother. Ultima's will. His hunger grows ever stronger. I mean you no harm. None but you knows my heart. Why would you surrender your throne to Oliver? What is she plotting? I thought you long dead. I know a master of the blade when I see one.
Here you are.
No, Dominican Republic. Armistice. After winning both Labour's trust and passage through the south of Turmoil, Clive and Byron press on to the Dragon's Fang. There, Clive makes his way past the hordes of orcs and the otherworld's beasts to Castle Dorbaz, where in the pitched battle with Titan ensues, one that ends in the destruction of the Mother Crystal's heart. Orcish reinforcements. Not much is happening in the Northern Territories, apart from that ever-encroaching blight.
Thus ends today's lesson.
What you got on that board? Whew. Lots of things. Soul Stingers, Empty Hovel in Dominica, and Dominica, and Breaker of Worlds. Okay. So what are these? Swarmvicious Valken has of late made its nest near the abandoned village in the fields of Caravana. As the hive grows, so too has its hunger. Already stripped corpses of great beasts have been sighted in the vicinity. Should the Valken be left to their own devices, the nearby settlement shall surely be reduced to naught but a collection of bleached bones within 12 moons. Grimmakin, just off the circle road that leads to Dalmic to the jaw, lies a dead-end canyon, which travellers moving at night are wont to stray, providing a constant supply of sustenance for a feline most foul, while the daytime desert heat is ever its own threat to life, and merchants ever mindful not to waste their shards of crystal on lighting of lamps. Only one monster's demise might save them. Dominica traders are wont to say prayers for unwary travellers journeying to Dalmil to Drake's Fan, for there is lurks a bloodthirsty brigand, one who appears to be more interested in letting the blood of his quarry than he is any gil or goods he might plunder from their caravans. If the road is to be made safe again, at least one traveller passing through the place must not flee, but stand and fight. An urgent notice to all chorus breakers, due to the discovery of a fallen giant in the Rosarian ruins, have late been investigating. All work in the region is to be halted with immediate effect. All members are to proceed no further than the village gate, lest the echo should be awakened by our presence. No further action may be taken without Sid's express permission. Okay. So 3 in Dalmanica, and then whatever that one is seems pretty severe.
How may I help you today, Clive? Off you go then.
No, I did want to listen to the whispers.
Oh, I wasn't expecting you back. All done?
Okay. Abilities. You'll be on the next one, I promise.
Clive, you're back.
I am. And with glad tidings for once. Hugo Kupka is no more.
Well, I'll be. All of our comrades who lost their lives back at Sid's place be smiling down at you right now.
We had a stolus from Lubor saying Drake's Fang had fallen. I expect that was your doing as well, was it?
It's a long story.
One for the history books, I'll bet.
Welcome home, Clive.
It's good to be back. You look better.
I feel it. Which means I'm coming on your next little adventure. You're not leaving me behind again.
Wouldn't dream of it. Otto, any word on the Royalist movement since I've been away?
Shouldn't you be putting your feet up? If you really want to know.
Go and have a word with Vivian.
Thank you. I will.
Ah, the conquering hero returns. And with hardly a scratch on him.
I may have picked up one or two.
Well, the fact that you came straight to me instead of visiting our resident physiker suggests that you picked up something more important. A scent. The scent of Waludas.
The very same. But whatever plans Kupka was hatching with the Royalists, he took them to his grave. As did his men. Slaughtered by the orcs who'd taken over the Fang. Orcs, Vivian. I've never seen such creatures in Storm before. The Waludas must have ferried them over from Ash, but why? Why work to rescue Kupka only to invade his home, the mother crystal of an allied nation, and let both fall? It makes no sense.
Do you know the tale of the blind men and the Adamantus? One can often be led astray by focusing too closely on individual details. One must instead see the bigger picture. And what bigger picture is there than my map? The Kingdom of Waloed claims dominion over all of Ash. It is a nation forged by the bloody conquest of Barnabas Tharm, the dominant of Odin. The Canvarian War of Independence in 849. The Battle of the Twin Realms in 865. The Battle of Belinus Tor in 873. Wheresoever his armies fought, Odin was found where the fighting was fiercest. But of late, the warrior king appears to have laid his sword to rest. Battle rages for control of the crystalline dominion. Yet Tharm sends not a single ship in support of his Dhalmekian allies. Meanwhile, the Blight ravages great swathes of Ash. Yet warlike Waloed shows not the faintest interest in laying claim to untouched lands. So why go to the trouble of sending an army of orcs into the heart of Drake's Fang, only to make no attempt to claim the Mother Crystal for Waloed? It can hardly be for lack of men. Tharm's armies rival any in the Twins. No. We have not seen the last of the Waluda standard. Odin will ride again. It is but a question of when. And on that day, who will be trampled underfoot? In summary, I know not to what end the Royalists betrayed Kupka. I know only that it is part of some broader scheme. A scheme tied to the ambitions of one man.
King Barnabas.
But there is no need to wallow in confusion. If one is to cure a sickness, one must first identify the symptoms. And your Lord Uncle has volunteered to do just that by keeping an eye on the Royalists' movements.
He's really throwing himself into this.
Indeed he is. Which means all that remains for us to do is await his reports. Well, not quite all in your case. The people of the Hideaway must hear the news. Justice has been done. Hugo Kupka is dead. The wounds he left that night are still raw, especially for those who lived with Sid the longest. Tell them that those wounds might finally begin to heal. Consider it the price of today's instruction.
I've never known you to be sentimental.
What can I say? I am only human. And we are, all of us, sentimental animals at heart.
I suppose we are. Very well. I'll go and spread the word.
New items at Sharon's Toll. And new crafting. But that's all stuff to do later. It's late in the game, guys.
That bastard shadow loomed over us all for far too long. Thanks for snuffing him out, Clive.
3 down, 2 to go. Where next, Sid? The tail or the spine?
We're seeing troops amassing at every border crossing.
Well, no surprises there. It was the same after Drake's breath.
Well, guys, that's going to be the end of the stream. Thanks very much for watching. Do any likes, follows, comments, or subscribes that you may wish or want to do now or in the future. For now, however, I am done for the day, and I'll catch you all tomorrow. Or if you're watching on YouTube, this comes out every Tuesday. Scheduled into 2026 for the moment.
Gav told me the gentleman who visited earlier, the one with the loud voice, was your uncle. I did think there was a resemblance. Something in the eyes.